Welcome to Kaumudi Global. On Sunday, India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar questioned the rationale behind the latest American F-16 security assistance to Islamabad. And on the next day, the Biden administration came up with the reply that India and Pakistan are both partners of the US with different points of emphasis. Now, does this show the double standards of the US, or is it America's new diplomatic move? Referring to the argument made by the US that F-16 sustenance package is to fight terrorism, Mr. Jaishankar had said everybody knows where and against whom F-16 fighter jets are used. You are not fooling anybody by saying these things, he said in response to a question during an interaction with Indian Americans. State Department Spokesperson Ned Price said this to reporters at his daily news conference. We don't view our relationship with Pakistan, and on the other hand, we don't view our relationship with India as in relation to one another. These are both partners of ours with different points of emphasis in each. We look to both as partners because we do have in many cases shared values. We do have in many cases shared interests, and the relationship we have with India stands on its own. The relationship we have with Pakistan stands on its own, he said. Early this month, the Biden administration approved a $450 million. Early this month, the Biden administration approved a $450 million F-16 fighter jet fleet sustainment program to Pakistan, reversing the decision of the previous Trump administration to suspend military aid to Islamabad for providing safe havens for the Afghan Taliban and the Haqqani network. We also want to do everything we can to see to it that these neighbors have relations with one another that are as constructive as can be possible. So that's another point of emphasis, Ned Price said in response to a question. Responding to another question, Price said it is not in Pakistan's interest to see instability and violence in Afghanistan. Ned said that the support for the people of Afghanistan is something the US discusses regularly with its Pakistani partners. America's efforts are to improve the lives and livelihoods and humanitarian conditions of Afghan people, and to see to it that the Taliban live up to the commitments that they have made. Pakistan is implicated in many of these same commitments: the counter-terrorism, the commitments to safe passage, commitments to the citizens of Afghanistan. The unwillingness or the inability on the part of the Taliban to live up to these commitments would have significant implications for Pakistan as well, Price said. So for that reason, we do share a number of interests with Pakistan regarding its neighbor, Price said. The United States, he noted, has been intently focused on the devastation that has resulted in the loss of life resulting from the torrential floods that have devastated large areas of Pakistan. We have provided tens of millions of dollars in relief for these floods. The Secretary today will have additional details on further US assistance for the Pakistani people in light of this humanitarian emergency that Pakistanis are facing, he added. It may be noted that slow but a steady resumption of high-level contact between the US and Pakistan began in the wake of recent floods. The crisis appeared to have provided Biden administration with the necessary diplomatic recommitment to the strategically situated nuclear-armed Pakistan. The latest development marks a departure from the policy a year ago following the withdrawal of US forces from Afghanistan. Now it seems that the US does not want to distance itself from Pakistan because it wants to sustain the latter as a market for its military equipment and keep China's increasing influence on Pakistan at bay.